Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of, I don't know what I'm calling these series of videos, but it is what it is. I'm just putting these details out there to you and for you to kind of just continue to expand your breadth of understanding of Blaque Falcon and everything that I've done and have been doing, and also to kind of just use this as a space to kind of just get all my thoughts out there and kind of just use this as a healthy space to express and explain myself and explain my train of thought and my modicum of thinking. This will probably be a shorter episode actually. I can't see with today's subject, I can't see how this one will be a lengthy video, because I'm talking about something that I'm not too familiar with, which is completely new to me, and something that I've always done what I can to shy myself away from in terms of the subject matter and the type of content that it is that I'm going to be talking about, which is horror and suspense. Suspense, yes, but not so much horror. I've always done what I can to shy myself away from the horror genre. But I'll get into that in a minute. But first, I have to continuously remind you guys about my company that I've built over the years, called Blaque Falcon, BLAQUE, and Falcon. This is a company. We sell t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, the finest in casual wear that you'll ever find on the internet. So yeah, if you don't have any Blaque Falcon in your wardrobe, I don't know what you've been doing, but you need to go to the website and go get yours. You can get hoodies like this that I'm wearing, simple college hoodies that you can just wear out and about, or what you can wear at home. I also have t-shirts that are made with 95% cotton. That's really soft and dense for your skin. Slim fit as well, so that's really super extra comfortable for yourselves. And I've also got sweatshirts too, made in the exact same material as this hoodie that I'm wearing too. And we also offer tracksuits, so if you like the full set, we've also got that, and there's a slight discount for you on that one too. So yeah, please feel free to go to the website. The main plug that I wanted to just give to you guys following the talk about the fashion is, of course, talking about my current modus operandi, if that's what you call it. My book called Drax, DRAX, that's currently available right now on Amazon. Well, all major online retailers, but the one I always like to mention is Amazon, because it's just so easy to access, isn't it? Drax, that is my first and only book at the moment, at the time of this recording, and that's available right now on Amazon, so go ahead and get it. It's available on paperback and ebook, so go ahead and get yours. It's a crime thriller. I had lots of fun writing it. It did take a while to write, but I've had lots of fun writing it, and of course talking about it to you on these series of videos. Now, with that being said, today's video is going to speak about the second book on my achievements, a book that I've actually completed, but now just still currently editing. It's taken me a while to edit this book, and ultimately what this book is about, it's about a serial killer who is operating on a university campus. Now, of course, that then ties into what I said earlier on already in this video, talking about horror. And what is it about horror? What is the main motivation towards writing a horror story? Well, the main motivation towards writing such a creepy subject matter is more so about me pushing myself beyond my own boundaries. I wanted to push myself and challenge myself in a direction that I didn't think I was even capable of going into. And with writing horror, writing the creepy and threatening subject matter of a serial killer, a slasher, so to speak, it pushed me to think in a direction whilst writing on areas that I haven't even touched before. Of course, if you haven't read Drax, you will be very soon, shortly after watching this video, of course. Drax is very much a crime thriller. This new book is a thriller, but more so delving into the horror side in terms of the detailing of the horrific acts that I describe in this book. But it's not just that. I'm delving into the areas of horror that I personally find entertaining. And that's more to do with the mystery. Why are all these events taking place in such a manner? Why is it happening to this person and not that person? Is it the protagonist? Is the protagonist involved in some way? I want to keep you guessing and thinking whilst the story is progressing, but also there's also a lot of character development, similar to how I wrote Drax. The characters, the protagonist who you meet at the first page is a completely different person who you meet towards the end. And once you find that character arc, I find that to be a very fulfilling feeling when you see how a character or a range of characters progress through the events of the story. So Drax, yes, you saw Luke, the main character, go, he is this, he has this, which is what I already explained in the previous video, and at the end of the story, he is that. And this is how he's progressed. And just so you know, Luke is also in this sequel as well. So if you want to know what happens to him after Drax, you're going to want to find out what happens in this book. So I delved into the areas of what I actually enjoy about horror. And as I said, it's more so to do with the mystery, the intrigue. That's the bit that I like about horror. A good, easy example for me to explain, to kind of drive this point, is a film called Scream. You may have seen it. It's a 90s slasher movie written by Kevin Williamson, I think his name is. And I thought that was a very, very entertaining, but also very scary movie. I thought it was very creepy. A lot of horror enthusiasts don't think it's scary, but I think it's a very suspenseful movie, very entertaining movie. But the thing that kind of drives me watching it is the plot. Why is the serial killer Ghostface in that story, Ghostface, why is he targeting Sydney, who's the main protagonist? What does she have to do with the main serial killer? Or is she the main serial killer? Well, you know that she's not halfway through the movie. I'm not going to spoil that. But you know what I mean? What's the main driver between someone watching, what's the main driver behind the Ghostface killer's behavior and actions? So that's what I wanted to delve into a little bit. It was the mystery. It was the mystery behind the history. I kind of get into a little bit of a historical piece in the story too. I have done so much editing on this book. It is absolutely unreal. I've had to take out chapters. I've had to rearrange the story, the timeline. Oh, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, it's been monumental and monstrous how much work I've had to put into this book. But when it comes out, I know it's going to be worth the effort. And I know that you guys will appreciate it when it comes out. So that's that. So that's what I like about horror. What don't I like about horror? I don't mind the suspense. I don't mind the creepiness. I don't mind the good acting. What I don't like about it, particularly around this new kind of brand of horror that we tend to see these days, is more so about the supernatural elements of it. I'm not a big fan of, exorcisms and Satan and religion being used, well, or should I say Christianity being used as a way to kind of weave in evil demonic entities that the protagonist has to fight against. I personally find that to be a very, very cheap and easy way to kind of just get scares. You know, oh, there's a possessed person and her head turns 360 and now it's a big monster, and the priest has to come out of nowhere and, you know, sing 10 Hail Marys, and all of a sudden the devil dies away within the person's body. Nah, that doesn't do it for me. Paranormal Activity, it don't do it for me. I don't watch them because because I don't find them entertaining. But that's essentially what I don't like about it. Another good example of a film that I did like was a film, and it was horror, called Orphan. Have you seen that? That was really, really good. I haven't seen the second one because I know they did a prequel movie of that Orphan. But Orphan 1, the first one, the one where the girl, they take her in, the family takes her in, and then all of a sudden all these strange things start happening inside the book, and then inside the film, and then towards the end of the movie you find out why she's behaving like this. Oh, is she who she says who she is? You know, all these question marks throughout the whole movie, and then towards the end you're realizing, aha, the audience has a light bulb moment. They find out exactly what's going on. So that for me is the fun part. It's the revelation, it's the slow burn, it's the character development, it's the challenges, and it's the challenges and the what am I trying to say? It's the challenges and the overcoming of the hurdles that are presented to the protagonist and the team and the rest of the characters that kind of come about. You should also know that there's also a parallel storyline. A lot like Drax, there's a parallel storyline towards the serial killer's story as well in this new book. They both interweave and kind of cross in between each other. So you'll also see the events of Drax take place within this book, but then you also find out what happens after Drax. So that's the timeline. The book starts off pre-Drax, during Drax, and after post-Drax. So Drax's timeline, if you take away the flashback that I put in the book, the timeline only takes place within a couple of days in Christmas. This book takes place over a course of a few months. So that's why it's been a lot more of a bigger book. Its first draft was about over 500 pages. So that's that. So that's all I got to say. This is a quick video. I told you it was going to be a quick video. I didn't want to delve too much into this because I know I'll probably end up spoiling it. But ultimately, this is a whole new book, a whole new challenge I've had to take on. I'm writing as a woman. I mean, who'd have thought that? Drax was very much a male-centric, masculine-centric book where I'm focusing upon the coming of age aspect of a young man coming into full consciousness. But this one is more so about a young woman who's trying to understand herself throughout the book. But it takes an extenuating circumstance like a serial killer arriving in a university campus to come in and kind of shake her up into reality. It forces her to become who she needs to become in order to overcome her adversary. So that's that. I nearly gave away the whole book, which I need to save for another episode. But yes, if you haven't read Drax, you got to read it. Read that, because that will make this new book much more understandable to you.